Stop number 2 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Rockingham Raceway. The Rock, as it's known, is the running of the GM Goodwrench Service 400. 40 laps of distance today on this 1.017 mile asphalt oval. So without further ado, let's get set for racing here today. On the pole, it's Mike Becker at 172 miles per hour. He'll start on the pole for this event. Pardon me. Trey Campbell started alongside number 30, the Pennzoil Toyota. Kyle Matthews has the inside row number 2, and beside him it's Pichu London. Then Joshua Osborne has the inside of the 3rd row, and beside him it's Super Shears, Dougie Shears alongside. Dylan Poteet has the inside of the 4th row, and beside him the fit is his buddy Trent Dunham, number 1 Skull Classic Ford. Then Yates Racing has the inside of the 5th row, number 88 at Ford Quality Care Ford Credit Ford Fusion. Get that all out of one breath. It's Kyle Austin has the inside of that row. And the 28 Texaco Haviland Ford, it's Keith Batson, hoping to recover from a very dismal Daytona 500. Zach Flickinger, the number 66 Phillips 66 Trop Arctic Toyota, has the inside of row number 6, and beside him it's Cody Lamas, number 15 Motorcraft Ford. Then it's number 12 Sky Commons, came oh so close to winning the Daytona 500, but just missed out on the opportunity. And beside him it's number 10 the Tide Ford of Daniel Voiles. Then it's William Duncan, number 7 the Xerox Antifreeze Ford. Beside him the number 18 Interstate Battery Chevrolet of Matt McIntyre. So with that said, we're got the field set, and let's get to the command to fire the engines for the GM Goodwrench Service 400.
Drivers, start your engines! Is that okay?
Okay. I don't know where they got that guy from, but hey, let's go racing is all we can say here today at Rockingham. 40 laps of distance here today. Mike Becker, the number 44 Hot Wheels Dodge, has the pole for the event here. One of 3 Dodges in the field, along also with Joshua Collard and Quentin Moore, as we get set for Green Flag Racing, and we're underway here at the Rock. And boy, look at Kyle Matthews wasting no time. He'll take the lead from Mike Becker already. Coming out of turn number 2, it's a drag race down the backstretch. And he's got Joshua Osborne in 99 shoving him. And Osborne will shove Matthews to the lead. Matthews and Osborne not far from each other. Matthews from Ohio, Osborne from Kentucky. This track here may be 1.017 miles in length, but the track is very, very fast for a track that length, over 170 miles per hour. But Matthews right now showing the way here at Rockingham right now after 3 laps in the event. Osborne running 2nd position in the X-Side Ford for Roush Family Racing. Very strong car always here, number 99 Machine. Pichu London running very strong in 3rd. 4th position Kyle Austin, and 5th position is the pole sitter Mike Becker. 6th is Sky Commons. 7th right now matching his car number William Duncan. And now we got a spinner, and it is Matt McIntyre and Trent Dunham having problems as well, as the pace car car's out the first yellow of the season. We went caution free in the 500, and not sure what happened to McIntyre and Dunham. And apparently they were battling for position, obviously, and they were 4 wide at that point. It's one of those trucks where 4 wide is a no-no, and you can't do so. McIntyre looks like he shoves Dunham up in the wall, squeezes him in the wall. Oh, and Nathan Hudson gets a piece of it in the 33, and Dunham spins like a four-wheel tornado. And while McIntyre in the 18, they're ready to see him, he goes into a slide at about 50 miles an hour or so. Finally comes to a stop. Really no harm, no foul, hardly any damage from the two cars, except a little hit for Nathan Hudson, but I'm not sure. But they are both still running, so we still got all 40 cars, so all 39 cars in the field. Field being led by Comets as we are, and we're just in time for a restart as the green flag is waved again. Kyle Matthews out in front, number 42 has the lead. Joshua Osborne second, third is Pichu London. Mike Becker moves up in the fourth position, passing Sky Commons. And caught up in the high side is Dougie Shears, Super Shears, having nowhere to go in a 71 car. As we see Quentin Moore getting past him, same with the 8 of Mason Powers in the Budweiser Chevrolet. Keith Batson, 28, the Texaco Haviland Ford. Having a very good running here today. And look at that roof cam from Keith Batson's car. Now we got the in-car camera view from Keith's machine. And I know it's like to ride along for a few laps at Rockingham. Batson right now currently running in 12th position. Following behind him, Jonathan Zorlin in the 5. Had an impressive run in the 500 though, but fell off in the last few laps of the race. Right now currently running 13th in his first outing here at the Rock. Dougie Shears being shoved back to 14th position. 15th in the NASCAR 2000 scheme is Charles Sanford, the number 24 machine. That's the scheme. You remember Jeff Gordon ran in the 2000 Daytona 500. Had all types of trouble with that car. But Sanford running pretty strong in 15 right now, being chased by Cody Lamas in the 15 car. Sanford was to have run the traditional rainbow Jeff Gordon scheme with the Gen 6 mod, but now with the NASCAR 2000 scheme, and he is planning to keep it running pretty strong right now. Lamas right now behind him, 16th position. Trevor Reinhardt in the 3 car, making his first season since season 1. Runs in 17th position in the Dale Earnhardt cars. Johnny Gardner runs in 18th. 19th, Ryan Richards battling with Daytona 500 champ Tony Green. And Dylan Poteet, a former winner of this event, runs 21st. 22nd is another Dylan, is his buddy Dylan Young. Zed Weinstein in 23rd, being passed now by Austin Mongold. Mongold is a veteran in the NSCRA, looking to make some noise in this series as well. Nick Pericles in the 83 car, making his first season in season 11, runs 24th. Right behind him is the president of the NSCRA, Seth Cole, and he's announced he's got a paint scheme ready for the All-Star weekend in Charlotte, which he is in, by the way, by virtue of winning at Sonoma last season. So Seth Cole does not have to worry about racing his way in this season for the All-Stars. Trey Campbell running in 26th position. He is outside pole sitter for this event. Dalton Day running 27th position, running the Rob Moroso scheme. He is driving he's got the 20 car because of his favorite driver, Matt Kenseth. Zed Weinstein running 28th, having a bad outing here at the Rock. Same with Joshua Collard in the 43, runs in 29th. There's the rest of the field right now. Matt McIntyre and Trent Dunham have not made much headway since the spin out early in the event. Marty Johnson, Jessica Shelton, Nathan Hudson, a little bit of damage to his 33 car. But right now it's been all Kyle Matthews all the time here at Rockingham here, as he has led since the drop of the green flag. Joshua Osborne remains in second position. Third now is Sky Commons, number 12, having a great outing here today. William Duncan making a little bit of progress, running in fourth position for Blue Thunder Fan Racing. Pichu London, 22 Maxwell House car, and about was Zach Flickinger for the number 5 spot. Flickinger runs in 6th position in car 66, a lot of 6s there. Remember the last time we talked about Keith Batson, he was running in the 12th spot, well, he's now cracked the top 10 in 9th position now. Keith, that also was a last-minute paint scheme change for Keith Batson. He had the 1987 Davey Allison colors, but he decided to switch to the 1991, the 93 colors, and thus Keith running pretty good with him. He didn't have all that good a run in the Daytona 500, as we said, but having a better outing here at the Rock. He hopes the downforce package is at least a very decent piece, because most of the tracks we run here this season are downforce tracks that we're running this season. And meanwhile, second place change here, Sky Commons up to number 2 now in the number 20 and number 12 Ray Bess's machine. He's got his sights set on 42, Kyle Matthews. Matthews, who went winless all season except for the All-Stars at Charlotte. And you remember, I believe it was back in season number 8 when it looked like he had the race won and then got passed with 2 laps to go for the win. Matthews hopes that does not happen again this season, but we are coming up on 11 laps to go, and guess what? Sky Commons currently thwarting that lead little by little. Joshua Osborne, who had been running second right now, is now in the clutches of Trevor Reinhardt for 11th. Or make that 12th position right now. Reinhardt running in 13th. And Joshua Osborne is seeing that side that nobody wants to see right now in his rearview mirror. And that's it right there. That black number 3 coming right at you. And now you're riding on board with Joshua Osborne in number 99 as he tries to gain some more positions. Jonathan Zorlin, we saw him in the 5 go way up the track. And whoa! Osborne about made contact with Zorlin as Zorlin went way high coming out of turn number 4. But Osborne does get the spot away and now moves his way up to the 11th spot. And now goes inside of Dougie Shears for 10th. Meanwhile, Kyle Matthews continues to lead now with 7 laps to go. But Sky Commons still closing. He had a faster lap that time, but we'll check the lap speeds again this time by. Out of turn number 4, Kyle Matthews clocked this time by at 160.854. Sky Commons 160.777. So Sky dropped off a little bit. I'm sure that's what Matthews wants to hear. We'll check him again this time by. Matthews crossing the line again. 160.89. 160.72 for Sky Commons. So last couple laps there, Matthews has been stretching its lead out a little bit. Coming up on 4 laps to go. Zach Flickinger, a great outing for him, running in 3rd position right now. He holds on to that. He'll be his best career finish. Was right up there in the last closing laps, and he got shuffled back in the 500 at Daytona. Jesse Henry running in 4th position. 5th is Mason Powers. Keith Batson, a great move up toward the front. He runs in 6th position. 7th is Pichu London. 8th, Quentin Moore. 9th, Joshua Osborne. And Trevor Reinhardt runs in 10th. 2 laps to go for Kyle Matthews. Car 42, the Mellow Yellow Chevrolet. Looking to get his first win of the season and lock his way into the All-Stars. As he rounds turn number 4, Matthews will see the white flag. He'll have 1 lap remaining in the Mellow Yellow Chevrolet number 42 for Sabco Racing in association with Earnhardt Ganassi Racing. Matthews putting an old-fashioned woodshed whipping on the whole rest of the field. Flickinger goes by Sky Commons for 2nd, but his charge is going to start a bit too late. Kyle Matthews rounds to number 4. Kyle Matthews wins the GM Goodwrench Service 400 here at Rockingham. A dominating performance for Kyle Matthews, the man from Ohio. Will go to victory lane here today. Zach Flickinger, a great outing, finishing 2nd position. 3rd with a last-minute pass, Jesse Henry. 4th will be Sky Commons. And Mason Powers will come home in 5th position. So, Rockingham is in the history books right now. And we show you the rest of the field here. Keith Batson comes home 6th. Quentin Moore finishes in 7th. Pichu London 8th. Trevor Reinhardt will come home 9th. Dougie Shears got past Joshua Osborne for 10th. Osborne will wind up 11th. 12th, William Duncan. 13th, Charles Sanford. Dylan Poteet 14th. 15th was Brian Richards. Johnny Gardner 16th. Jonathan Zorlin 17th. 18th, Seth Cole. 19th, Dalton Day. And Daytona 500 champ Tony Green comes home in 20th position. Average speed of the race, 138.666 miles per hour. And there's the rest of the finishing order. And see where you ended up in today's event. So, Rockingham is in the history books right now. We'll head to Las Vegas, which is the next stop on the tour. Kyle Matthews takes home the victory here today. Number 42, Mellow Yellow Chevrolet. The Kyle Petty scheme or Kyle Larson scheme, whatever you want to call it. So, and Zach Flickinger, by virtue of his 2 good top 10 finishes, will have the lead in the points chase. Sky Commons, Jesse Henry, Pichu London, and Tony Green, the top 10, or top 5 rather, after 2 races on the season. Kyle Matthews' win moves him up into the 9th position in the points chase, tied for Mason Powers for 10th. As Dylan Young currently right now holds 20th in the points at the moment. And then on down to Marty Johnson last in the points right now, but still plenty of racing left though. 2 races into the season and 34 of these things left to go as we head to Las Vegas next on the tour for the Jellish 400. Don't miss it.